Hello, my name is Gloria Mathis, and I'll be speaking on topic 2, initiatives and referendums in Arizona. The initiatives and the referendum are at the heart of direct democracy in Arizona. I'll be providing you the basic definitions of an initiative and referendum. I'll be explaining how initiatives and referendums are created. I'll be comparing and contrasting an initiative and a referendum. I'll be discussing the pros and cons of each. Then I'll be explaining how initiatives and referendum support the idea of direct democracy as outlined in the Arizona Constitution. The definition of an initiative is a process and enact constitutional amendments and statutes or laws directly without involvement of the state legislature. And also, they submit them for a vote by the electorate. A referendum is a process that allows citizens to approve or reject measures passed by the legislature. Both mechanisms empower the electorate to have a more direct role in shaping the laws and policies of the state. And when creating each of them, in Arizona, by creating an initiative involves drafting the proposed law or amendment, gathering a specified number of signatures from registered voters, and submitting the proposal to the Secretary of State. If the signature requirement is met and the proposal is deemed constitutional, it is placed on the ballot for voters to approve it or reject it. Also, collecting signatures for a set period usually takes around 90 days. And when you're creating referendums, they can be created in two ways. The legislature can refer a bill to the ballot for approval, or citizens can petition to put a recently passed law on the ballot for voters to uphold or to repeal. And the comparison that I found for both the initiatives or referendums allow voters to make a direct decision on laws, constitutional amendments, and also the key difference is that when I did my research, I found the key difference was that initiatives or citizens initiated proposals, while referendums involve laws that are already passed by the legislator. Initiatives are also used to create laws or amend new ones. Referendums are used to either affirm or repeal the existing laws. They both have pros and cons. And the pros of the initiatives allow citizens to directly address issues that the legislature may be unwilling to tackle. It also increases citizens' involvement, empower voters to challenge the status quo, and can address issues ignored by the legislator. And a con for the initiatives can lead to the lack of legislative scrutiny. The pros that I found for referendums provide a check on legislative powers, ensuring that significant laws have public support, but they can also be used to return laws that protect minority rights or address complex issues. And a con also that I found for referendums can be influenced by campaign spending and may result in complex issues being reduced to simple yes or no votes. And knowing that they both support the idea of direct democracy as outlined in the Arizona Constitution by enhancing citizens' engagement and promoting a more democratic and representative government. This foundation empowers the electorate to be actively involved in shaping state policy, aligning with the democratic principles. Arizona has statutory and constitutional initiatives that veto referendums and legislative referral amendments. Arizona ball Arizona ballot, Arizona ballot measures to approve a tax must receive 6% of votes in order to be adopted. The Arizona legislative has the power to call a special election for a vote on a proposed constitutional amendment, regardless of whether the amendment is proposed via initiative or by the legislator. It is the Secretary of State, however, that drafts ballot language and compiles a voter information pamphlet with input from the Legislative Council. Arizona law specifies that people using the initiative and veto referendum processes must strictly comply with all process requirements and allows any person to be legally challenged a measure based on a lack of strict compliance. Both the initiative and referendum are at the heart of direct democracy of Arizona. I hope you have got something out of this, talking about the initiative and referendum process and that enact a constitutional amendment. And also knowing that the initiatives and referendum are at the heart of direct democracy in Arizona.